I'd like to welcome everyone to the first meeting of the year 2023 of the Delaware County Board of Commissioners. It is January 12th, 2023. If everyone would please join me in reciting the pledge. I pledge allegiance
to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
All right, thank you, thank you. I'm Jeff Benton, newly installed as the president of the board this year. And to my left is our newly installed vice president of the board this year, Gary Merrill. Barb Lewis is not here today. We've got our County Administrator Tracy Davies, our Deputy Administrator, I never remember titles, Don Houston, and our two clerks today, Jen Walraven and Sarah DeNova. And so with that, we can begin.
Resolution number 23-01, in the matter of approving the electronic record of proceedings from a regular meeting held December 29th, 2022.
So moved.
Second, discussion, vote.
Vote on motion 23-01. Mr. Merrill?
Aye.
Mr. Benton?
Aye.
We have no public comment this morning. Resolution number 23-02, in the matter of approving purchase orders, then announce certificates and payments of warrants in batch number CMAPR 0111.
So moved.
Second, discussion, vote.
Vote on motion 23-02. Mr. Merrill?
Aye.
Mr. Benton?
Aye.
Resolution number 23-03, in the matter of canceling the Commissioners' sessions scheduled for Thursday, February 2nd, 2023, Thursday, February 16th, 2023, and Thursday, February 23rd, 2023.
So moved.
Second, discussion, vote.
Vote on motion 23-03. Mr. Benton?
Aye.
Mr. Merrill?
Aye.
Resolution number 23-04, in the matter of granting annexation petition from the agent from petitioner Michael R. Shade, attorney at law, requesting annexation of a total of 8.310 acres, 3.971 acres in Brown Township, and 4.339 acres of land in Delaware Township to the city of Delaware.
So moved.
Second, discussion. All right, hearing no discussion, we'll take a vote.
Vote on motion 23-04. Mr. Benton?
Aye.
Mr. Merrill?
Aye.
Resolution number 23-05, in the matter of a transfer of a liquor license from Toronto's Pizza Incorporated to Bento's Lunch LLC and forwarding to the Ohio Division of Liquor Control with no objections and no request for a hearing.
So moved.
Second, discussion, vote.
Vote on motion 23-05. Mr. Benton?
Aye.
Mr. Merrill?
Aye.
Resolution number 23-06, in the matter of accepting for consideration an amendment to the petition for the VNOT number 23 drainage improvement petition.
So moved.
Second, discussion, vote.
Vote on motion 23-06. Mr. Merrill?
Aye.
Mr. Benton?
Aye.
Resolution number 23-07, affirming the celebration of Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. Day in Delaware County.
So moved.
Second, discussion. Any comments?
Were you going to read the resolution? Or?
I wasn't planning on reading it. I was going to read one paragraph, which I think is the most important.
I've said this every year, I think, that I've been here. I remember vividly when Dr. King's life was taken, and the sadness I felt at that particular time, and the contribution he's made in so many ways. And sometimes I think people play political games with his what he's done for this country, and basically recognizing that people of all races should be treated fairly and honestly. And I have the highest respect for Dr. King, and setting aside the day Monday to celebrate him is something I'm very, very glad that we do. Thank you.
Yeah, I would just echo those comments. I have actually been to they've now created a museum out of the location where he was assassinated, and it's a chilling, haunting kind of environment. Again, it's one of those things that you remember where you were when you heard the news, and seeing it firsthand up close is just very moving. So anyway, there was one paragraph I'd like to read, and it's kind of to Commissioner Merrill's comments. This just sums it up in my mind. Whereas we renew our commitment to honoring Dr. King's famous dream that his children would one day live in a nation where they will not be judged by the color of their skin, but by the content of their character, and I think that just says it all. And so again, great to pause and honor Dr. King and his legacy, and so let's take a vote.
Vote on motion 23-07. Mr. Merrill?
Aye.
Mr. Benton?
Aye.
Resolution number 23-08, in the matter of designating authorized officials for the purpose of Medicare revalidation for the Delaware County Emergency Medical Services.
So moved.
Second, discussion?
Morning, Commissioners. Jeff Fischel, Director of EMS, Delaware County. I have before me a completed Medicare revalidation documents. This has to be submitted every 3 years under Medicare guidelines. We are one of their providers, and every 3 years we have to submit documents updating our MPI and provider number with them.
So we'll continue to process those claims as we've done in the past, presumably?
Yes.
Okay. Very good. All right, vote, please.
Vote on motion 23-08. Mr. Merrill?
Aye.
Mr. Benton?
Aye.
Thank you. We are pulling item number 10 from our agenda this morning.
Okay.
That brings us to Tiffany Mag.
Good morning, Commissioners. Tiffany Mag, Director of Environmental Services. I'm here this morning to give you the monthly update for the month of December, as well as I'm going to do the first half of January, just since I know sessions are kind of hit or miss, so we'll catch up, back in February with the next update on this. So we have a handful of sewer acceptances, which is pretty typical for this time of year. We've seen those sewers get wrapped up and accepted to be able to start building homes in the spring. Also, a couple new plan approvals. First one I'll start with is Hidden Ravines. This is located down near the Walmart and Meijer shopping center down on 23. It's for a new BJ's, which is a wholesale warehouse similar to a Costco. Also, there are a handful of commercial buildings as well as multifamily buildings, 108 ERUs, and these will be apartment complexes in this area.
Where exactly is that?
It's just north of Walmart. So you have the Walmart on the east side of
On the same
23,
side as
same side
the-
as Walmart,
It's
yeah.
basically north of the strip center there.
Right, yes.
Yep, I know what you're talking
And then the second item here that we have is Berlin Bluffs. This is 40 single-family homes by Pulte up near Cheshire and Pyatt Road. That's a new development, kind of in a already developed area, kind of the last piece of ground that's available in that specific location. Down on the sewer acceptances, we have the Grove. This is a Romanelli 30-lot subdivision here with this round of approvals. This is near Big Walnut Road and Worthington Road. Then we have a couple Liberty Grands. We have Section 7 and Section 9. Those are both, once again, the MI subdivision homes. There are 35 lots in Section 7 and then 38 lots in Section 9. Then Vinmar Village, this is another Romanelli off of South Old 3C Highway, 30 lots with this Section 5 in Vinmar. And then Nelson Farms, this is the last section that they have in Nelson Farms, which is 33 lots by Pulte. And then I believe that will be finished for Nelson Farms in that area. And then finally, we have Evans Farm. This is the estate lots on the east side of Old State Road. These actually flow by gravity into our new pump station that was just completed, so they were waiting until that gravity portion was connected into the new pump station to be able to start these lots. So I'm sure they're ready to hit the ground running in the spring. Any questions on any of those? Okay,
about. A lot
great.
of activity.
Yeah, we're
Always.
still busy. I think we're, starting to see the plan approvals roll back in, which is what we typically expect this time of year. So, but yeah, things are still going pretty strong. Okay, thank you.
Okay, all right. Thanks, Tiffany.
Next item is number 12, resolution number 23-09. In the matter of approving right-of-way, I can't speak today, right-of-way work permit summary sheet.
So moved.
Second, discussion.
Yes, Commissioners, good morning. Lee Bodnar, County Engineer's Office. For your consideration are 24 standard utility permits with nothing out of the ordinary to share. I guess I'm catching that too. Ordinary.
Okay, vote, please.
Vote on motion 23-09. Mr. Merrill?
Aye.
Mr. Benton?
Aye.
Resolution number 23-10. and the matter of approving preliminary legislation and an LPA project agreement with the Ohio Department of Transportation for improvements to County Road 605 between State Route 37 and Murphy Road.
So moved.
Second, discussion.
Yes, Commissioners, for your consideration, this resolution establishes the county as in the lead role and the administrator for a systematic safety improvement project. It is on County Road 605, and it's between State Route 437 and Murphy Road. This portion of roadway was identified by ODOT as needing to extend their berming to reduce accidents or the possibility of accidents. And because of that, it qualified for Highway Safety Improvement Program funds in an amount of 90% of the total project cost. The project is estimated at $1,468,666.67, of which 90% will be covered by ODOT. The project will go out to bid in April, and we'll start construction this summer. And it is estimated to take 1 construction year to complete. It'll extend the berming and also resurface the roadway.
Okay.
And again, 90% of the cost is covered by an ODOT grant.
Okay. All right, vote, please.
Vote on motion 23-10. Mr. Merrill?
Aye.
Mr. Benton?
Aye.
Resolution number 23-11, and the matter of approving an owner's agreement for roadway improvements, Sheets Development, Orange Road and Cheshire Woods, Section 4A.
So moved.
Second, discussion.
Yes, Commissioners, for your consideration, Sheets is on the northwest corner of West Orange Road and US 23 in Orange Township, and Cheshire Woods is a multi-phased subdivision located off of Cheshire Road in Berkshire Township. These projects have been reviewed and by all the required agencies, and we would recommend your approval.
Okay. Vote, please.
Vote on motion 23-11. Mr. Benton?
Aye.
Mr. Merrill?
Aye.
Resolution number 23-12, and the matter of establishing a maintenance bond and releasing the construction bond for Liberty Grand District, Section 9.
So moved.
Second, discussion.
Yes, Commissioners, again, for your consideration, this is a multi-phase subdivision off of Stites Road in Liberty Township. Liberty Grand is multi-phased, and this is section number 9. The project has been totally reviewed and by the required agencies, and we would recommend your approval.
Okay. Vote.
Vote on motion 23-12. Mr. Merrill?
Aye.
Mr. Benton?
Aye.
Resolution number 23-13, and the matter of approving weight limit reductions in various roads in Delaware County.
So moved.
Second, discussion.
Yes, Commissioners, this will reduce the load limits on the listed roads by 40% of the legal limit that is in accordance with the ORC section 5577.07, and it's based upon the presence of excessive moisture and the freezing cycle during the winter months. This is something that the Commissioners entertain every year. If you'll notice, the roadways are all township roadways. County roadways are not listed due to the improvements that they have received over the past years.
Now, this is for the winter months, correct?
Correct.
We're in the middle of January. Should this have been done a few weeks back, or?
There's not a whole lot of activity in December, and so we're fortunate for that. This does not prohibit deliveries to any of the entities or residences or buildings or anything on these roadways. It just identifies the route and reduces the travel on those roadways. Should it have been done earlier? I guess it could be. We will keep that in mind for this year, or later this year. Thank you, Commissioner.
You're welcome.
All right, vote, please.
Vote on motion 23-13. Mr. Benton?
Aye.
Mr. Merrill?
Aye.
Thank you, Commissioners.
Thank you.
Thanks, Lee.
Resolution number 23-14, and the matter of accepting a donation made to the Department of Job and Family Services.
So moved.
Second, discussion.
Good morning, Commissioners. I am Jennifer Wattenshade. I'm the Business Administrator with Job and Family Services. These donations were made by businesses, other agencies, and residents of Delaware County to make sure that the kids that we have in our foster system have an enjoyable Christmas. They provide pajamas, candy, and gifts, and games, and puzzles, and all kinds of wonderful things to make sure that they have something under their trees. So we just want to say thank you to all of the individuals, businesses, agencies that have made their contributions this year. We can't express how much this means to those youth.
Yeah, again, I know we've done this in prior years, and again, these churches and other organizations just are wonderful community partners and taking care of the kids.
Yeah.
Yes, very giving county, and I'm always impressed by the willingness of people in our county to be supportive. So,
Yep. All right, so thanks to all of them. Let's take a vote, Sarah.
Vote on motion 23-14. Mr. Benton?
Aye.
Mr. Merrill?
aye.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Resolution number 23-15, in the matter of adopting rules governing public comment before the Board of County Commissioners of Delaware County, Ohio.
So move.
Second, discussion.
Good morning, Eric Hostetler. The board has not updated its rules governing public comment since 2011. So what you have before you is a revised draft of those rules. Primarily some minor formatting updates, things like that. The biggest change is when you do public hearings, if you think about them, you have a resolution at the beginning of all of those where you waive portions of your rules. I have written in an exception for public hearings, so you won't have to do that at your public hearings anymore.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
That'll save our clerks time to have to.
That's right.
That's it, exactly. Yeah, I was thinking about that because we do waive those rules every single time that
Right.
we've done a hearing on, so makes sense, I guess. So, okay, any other comments? All right, vote please.
Vote on motion 23-15. Mr. Merrill?
Aye.
Mr. Benton?
Aye.
Resolution number 23-16, in the matter of determining the sufficiency of an application to add certain parcels of real property to the Sunbury Meadows Community Development Authority and to amend the petition for establishment of the Sunbury Meadows Community Authority, or Development Authority as a new community authority and fixing the date, time, and place for a public hearing under Chapter 349 of the Ohio Revised Code.
So move.
Second, discussion.
So applications to add property to Sunbury Meadows NCA have been filed. This is just the initial step where you determine that the applications are sufficient, and then there will be a public hearing at which time you would decide whether to approve those applications. I've reviewed the applications and they meet all statutory requirements.
And that date is to be set at, as February 9th, here at 9:30.
Correct. 9:45. Yep.
9:45, right. Okay. All right, vote please.
Vote on motion 23-16. Mr. Merrill?
Aye.
Mr. Benton?
Aye.
Resolution
Thanks,
23-17, and the matter of approving an agreement between the Board of Directors of Delaware, Knox, Marion, Morrow Joint Solid Waste Management District and the Board of Commissioners of Delaware County, Ohio, for implementation of county recycling and litter prevention office services.
So move.
Second, discussion.
Good morning, Commissioners. Tracy Davies, County Administrator. This is just the agreement with DKMM for county recycling and litter prevention services. We did make some minor changes working with DKMM on the agreement.
Okay. All right, further questions? Vote please.
Vote on motion 23-17. Mr. Merrill?
Aye.
Mr. Benton?
Aye.
That brings us to comments.
Thank you. Yesterday, we had our Transportation Improvement District meeting. It went well. Mostly it was budget approval, which the Board of Trustees was thankful to the commissioners for their contribution, increasing from $500,000 up to $1 million. That will be helpful in implementing some projects yet to be identified. Also, the county engineer just brought us up to date. They continue to have conversations with the Licking County TID as well as other local county TIDs as they work on a study to potentially identify roadway improvements that are needed related to the Intel project. So that work continues. Nothing definitive yet. The study process is ongoing. The other thing that they noted, ODOT recently provided information to the county engineer's office that construction costs from 2021 quarter one to 2022 quarter three have increased 17.5%. So they continue to see quite a bit of escalation in their projects, which we know we've seen escalation in our projects as well. No indication on where that will go yet this year, but just wanted to keep you apprised.
Yeah. Yeah, again, I streamed it, it was interesting, a lot of conversation about Intel and related impacts. Obviously, it's high priority topics and a lot going on, So it's
Yes,
good-
there
Good to
is.
see a lot of coordination, which is important to see. Dawn?
I have nothing to report, thank you.
Okay, all right. Commissioner Merrill?
Just have one thing. I've been privileged to serve as commissioner for 10 years, and one of the people I met very early in my tenure as commissioner was Chief John Donahue, the fire chief, Delaware City, excuse me. And Delaware City is losing him to Washington Township, and tomorrow, I believe they have an event for him. And I have the highest respect for the chief, a great guy, a great loss for the city, from my perspective, and obviously a great win for Washington Township. And I wish him the best. He's a great guy, and his service to Delaware County, because he's also involved in 911, which I serve on, and his input, his expertise has been invaluable. So best wishes to him and his family. That's all I have.
Yep, I would agree, and he's a good golfer.
I've never played golf with him.
I
so-
have played golf with him,
Okay.
so hopefully he'll get a chance to.
Something
play
I didn't
with-
know.
Yeah, yeah. So yeah, same thing. Congrats to Chief Donahue and wish him the best. Couple other things. First of all, I'd like to acknowledge, Commissioner Lewis isn't here today, but I'd like to acknowledge her presidency of the last year. She did a great job, and want to thank her for running the meetings and being the leader that she was last year, and she'll be back next week. And I also wanted to thank the whole team. The whole team has just done an outstanding job historically, and we have just an outstanding team put together today with a couple key additions in recent months. So I want to just acknowledge them. They work very hard. They do a lot of good things for the county, and a lot of those people are here in this room, but there are others that aren't. But again, we're very fortunate to have assembled a great team that really do an outstanding job for the county. Andrew King is being sworn in this afternoon at 3 o'clock as the district judge. Congratulations on his election. Swearing in is at 3 o'clock, I think, right here, as I recall. Ohio Wesleyan just announced their new president. Matt Vandenberg is his name. He is from Presbyterian College in South Carolina, and he'll join Ohio Wesleyan on July 1st, I think is the exact start date, but it sounds, again, just a very impressive resume. I think he'll be a great fit, great leader, very interested in innovating, because there's a lot going on in higher education. There's a lot going on in Central Ohio, Intel and other initiatives. So, and Ohio Wesleyan is a very important part of our community. So welcome to Matt, and look forward to meeting him. I also wanted to acknowledge we have a couple of our local leaders here today. Connie Skinner and Charles Miley are here from Brown Township. They do an outstanding job as trustees in Brown Township, so thank you.
You said outstanding job, and he raises his head and is full of attention with that.
So anyway, again, thank you for coming, and thank you for all you do for Brown Township. There's a lot going on in Brown Township and a lot more coming. So again, it's great to have you guys there.
With that, you mentioned swearing in. I am swearing in DD board members tonight, so just
okay.
mention that as well.
Great,
So.
great. Yeah, we've had some new members in a number of organizations, and appreciate people willing to stand up and take on those duties. We do have need for executive session.
We do. Resolution number 23-18, in the matter of adjourning into executive session for consideration of pending or imminent litigation for collective bargaining and economic development.
So moved.
Second, discussion, vote.
Vote on motion 23-18. Mr. Merrill?
Aye.
Mr. Benton?
Aye. We're now in executive session.